A while ago, the company behind the Midas Pen reached out and asked if I'd like to review another one of their styluses, and I said, sure. They said, it has AI. I said, sure. Hey everyone, Mark from the Spark here. Thank you for tapping play. Good to have you with me. So we're going to take a quick look at the Midas Pen, a Apple Pencil alternative for your iPad. So yeah, this has AI built in apparently. Well, I've had a little play and that's not quite true. You see, what you need to get this thing working with some of its so-called AI capabilities is an app called AIMall. I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. And it is a Chinese company that is behind the app, and judging by the quality of the translation on the instructions on this thing, is also behind the pencil as well. And just before we get into the app, which is, like I say, what you actually need to use the so-called AI features, let's just take a quick look of what you get in the box. And if you watched the previous video about the Midas Pencil, the Golden Touch, it's essentially the same. You get a little charging cable here, USB-A to USB-C, a couple of spare pen nibs there, and the pen. Now, the pen itself is pretty light, but that doesn't detract from the writing experience. And what I actually discovered while just playing with the writing aspect of this pencil is that, well, first off, it didn't work. No, because you have to delete the connection you have. Oh, that's the actual pencil I'm reviewing. You have to delete your Apple Pencil or any of the kind of stylus that you might have connected already, and then all of a sudden it works, and it's actually quite nice. Does it have tilt on it? It says it does. Yeah, it does. It does. So it does have tilt, and it does have palm rejection as well. And it actually, let's just let me just turn down the thickness of this thing. It's actually quite a nice pen. Just forgive the very scruffy writing. Very scruffy. There you go. And it's actually better than the previous version of this pen that I reviewed. That one, on the whole, was okay, but it did every now and again miss off some strokes, whereas this, and I played around with it quite a bit now, doesn't do that at all. So for a cheaper than Apple Pencil alternative, then this is pretty good. I'm saying that it is £60. So if you're just going to want to use it for just its pencil capabilities, there are cheaper Apple Pencil alternatives around that may do a very similar job to this, but build quality, etc., it's pretty good. You can see there you charge it via USB-C, and that's how much you've got on charge. To turn it on or to turn it off, in the first instance, turn it off, you keep it pressed, and turn it on, you just keep it pressed. So it's a little touch sensitive thing there at the top. One of the things it does have outside of the app, again, we will get to the app, is if you tap it, it goes home. And if you tap it again, I believe, no, it doesn't do anything. If you double tap it, it kind of opens up the expose part of your iPad. And double tapping it again opens it up into full screen. So tap, sends it away, double tap, like I say, goes to this expose screen here. Would you find that useful? You'll have to let me know. I mean, I'm just quite happy just to swipe up and down and do all sorts of stuff with my fingers, but there we are. Double tapping might help you. You do have a little button here, which is the AI button, which will only work within the AI app. So that's a little bit about the pencil. Will work very well. 60 quid. It's up to you whether you think that's worth it. Other than that, go check out the video I did in the original one. It's pretty similar. So this is the AIMall app. Now, the thing to be aware, like I've said, it is a Chinese company that makes the pencil and the app. And when you go into the terms and conditions of the app, which I think you can go back and check out on the user agreement here. Yeah, there you go. Well, I scanned all that into ChatGPT because I couldn't be bothered having a good old look myself, and it came up with some reasonable concerns. But the summary of this is treat it as a non-private and outside, well in particular for me right now, the UK protection laws about data. So on the app itself, you don't want to be uploading any sensitive or writing any original material, because according to this here, this reserves the rights to inspect your content for political or moral compliance with Chinese laws, and there's no clear or GDPR compliance or UK representative. So just be wary when you're using this app. Only use it for a bit of fun, I guess. Don't do any really confidential stuff or stuff you want other things to be scanning. So that's a warning, and it's probably a similar kind of thing on any kind of Chinese app that you are downloading. So let's get into this. So you can see that's the pencil there. You quickly connect your device by adding the device out, which I did previously. That tells you what this particular button might do here. So I've done it. So if you do a single click, it goes to a voice to text, and a double click, it opens up AI chat. We'll get into that. So we'll just go voice assistant. This is just giving you an example here of something they've done already. A template, how to prevent research data in an internship. It thinks, then it presents it. It's a little bit like the basic chat GPT. Again, I don't know what large language model is behind this. I couldn't work that out anywhere. I couldn't see that anywhere anyway, but it just does exactly what you'd expect something like ChatGPT to do, and it will go on and on and on. And then obviously you can ask questions. So if we wait for this thing to finally finish, and it's going to take a long time, so you can copy that, paste the information somewhere else. You can just start a new one. So we've cleared that all off, so I'm going to have to do that again. So if you just tap that there, you don't have to watch this bit. I'll skip to the end. There we go. Okay, so we can ask questions of this. Sum up this content, and it's pretty good in its deciphering what you have written. Maybe got neater handwriting than me. Sum up this content, and then I guess we would just do that, and it sums it up. So you can ask questions of the document that you've got on there. But we'll just clear that. How to record a podcast. And then we do that. And then it gives you a detailed plan. Again, this is nothing that you can't already do on an AI like ChatGPT. And then we've got here is translate. So English to, I don't know, German. Hello. Guten Tag. Hello. There we are. So you press that button there, you can copy it and delete it and start again. Good. Bye. Tap the button. Auf Wiedersehen. There we are. Simultaneous translation. Hello. How are you doing? Well, this isn't even using the pen. This is just the voice translation part of it, and I have no idea whether that is writing what I wanted it to write. Maybe if I stop it and I go down to
你好，你好吗？这甚至不是用笔，这只是语音翻译的一部分。我不知道这是不是在写我想写的东西。
there you go. Again, save it and start again. Simultaneous translate. So communication between realms of speech. Okay. So ways of translating your language into another language. Again, you're not using your pen. AI creation. Let's just scrub that out there. It gives you some popular templates here that you might want to do things about. So website copywriting. So if we tap there, and then we would write the Spark. Enter the product description. Video camera. See, got there. See if it. Nope, I didn't think it would do. Video camera, and just see what it pops up with. There we are. It's writing some very, very, very generic writing about a video camera that you might be able to purchase on my website, my fictitious website that doesn't exist. And you can see there, there's a save button and make it do more. So you can continue if you want it to think again. And then I don't quite understand this. It creates some blue underlining part of it. It's not a link. You can't do anything with it. You can export it. And then AI reading. Upload a file and it will read something and extract important points from something that you've uploaded. Again, I wouldn't do that. It's a Chinese app. Who knows what's happening to it. And then this is just generating the screen you want by writing on here. Say if you tap that, it goes straight into this recording aspect here. So if I start recording now, it should be taking note of everything that I am saying. And then I would imagine it will do something to this in an AI way. Let's stop recording and complete. So automatic transcription, conference conclusion. I mean, the English on both the on the instructions and this is pretty poor. Meeting assistant. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Conference conclusion. Okay, so it's giving you some points of the thing that I just, which you may find really handy. But again, this isn't anything you can't do with apps and things that are already out there. Like I say, ChatGPT, which I use a heck of a lot, and you can share it to those other places as well. But none of this is to do with this. Again, if I double tap it, I go into the... Oh, it's automatically gone off because I haven't used it for over a minute or so. And give it a second to connect. If I double, it goes into AI Assistant here. So it's only AI with this app. And the question I guess you've got to be asking yourself is, apart from this little button which flips between stuff, and apart from that which does that, does it work with another stylus such as the Apple Pencil? Well, let me show you. So I've gone and picked up my Apple Pencil here. I will put it on the top there, give it a few moments to connect, and let's have a look, shall we? AI translate. Hello, my name is Mark. Okay, please like and subscribe. And it's close enough. Anyway, yes, it does. So the question is, why would you have that? By the way, I'm holding these two in my hands here. This is definitely a little bit, the Apple Pencil Pro is definitely a little bit heavier in the hand, but it feels solid. Not too bad, just a little bit lighter. So the AI magic, like I say, is in the app, not the pencil, because the Apple Pencil will work just as well. You just don't get this fun little shortcut thing here to activate certain AI features within the app. And this weirdly useful, not useful, I don't know, you tell me whether that be useful, tapping at the top here. You do get this nice little carry case here, and place to keep your cable to store it. So that's a plus, and it's plasticky, but it's solid enough. And the pen itself, at being 60 quid, is substantially cheaper than an Apple Pencil Pro, and it does write very well. But as for these AI features, you tell me, what do you think? If you want to check out the video I did of the other Midas pen that they sent me, that's on the screen here. And if you'd like to support the channel, please do consider buying me a coffee, subscribing, and even hyping this video. That would be awesome. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.